Hey, good morning, my good people. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Money Mindshift. This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. I'm hosting today, man. And here's the deal, 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day to keep broke away. And we're going through the book, How Rich People Think by Steve Seibo. Steve, I'm coming for my check. Now, here's the deal. Wealth begins in the mind, guys. Wealth begins in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. So what we're going through is a 100-day journey to find out how rich people think. Now, you could agree, you could disagree, but here's the deal. Go through the book and see if it changes your life. So we're on day number 31. Day number 31 in this journey, man. So just imagine going through 100 days and your philosophy, your money philosophy being changed. And if you change the way that you think, you will actually change your results in life. And so, hey, I know you don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. Let's get started. Day number 31. The middle class believes jobs are the safest way to earn money. The world class believes outstanding performance is the safest way to earn money. Repeat that again. Middle class believes jobs are the safest way to earn money. World class believes outstanding performance is the safest way to earn money. Now, I never looked at it like the safest way, but I did find out that performance, I would rather get paid for my performance because I believe that I'm an outstanding performer than I would rather just get paid for some job, because if I outperform that job, my pay doesn't increase. Once I learned this, once it clicked in my head, I don't know about for you, that I would rather get paid for my performance and I'm willing to outperform my peers, then I knew that I could have unlimited income because I can always perform better. I can always get better. I can always develop. And guess what? Now I'm at the stage where I can just develop myself. Jim Rohn said it like this. He said, formal education will make you a living. Hey, a living is fine, but self-education will make you a fortune. And a fortune, that's super fine. So here's the deal. The average person growing up in America is bombarded with the same message. Get a good education so you can get a good job. Interesting advice in a country founded and established on the ideas of independence, entrepreneurship, and freedom. Think about this for a second. If you're in America, I don't know where you may be, both it's on me, but in America, this country was formed off of these three principles of independence, entrepreneurship, and freedom. But yet now they're pushing the message that you don't need to be free, you don't need to be an entrepreneur, and you don't need to be independent. They're pushing the message of dependence on the job. They're pushing the message of being a slave to your wage, and they're pushing the message of being caged into a cubicle. Think about it. Get a good education, get a good job. That's the American dream. Actually, guys, for me, that's the American nightmare, because I realize now that I could go way far beyond. I can go to uncharted waters if I just free myself from the paycheck. That's right. Free myself from the paycheck. Profits are better than wages. Profits are better than wages. Once I learned that philosophy and once I embraced it, I was like, oh my goodness, what have I been doing for 25 years? Punching the clock. And here's what I learned, guys. Wealthy people don't punch clocks. They don't punch clocks. I was punching the clock. I said, well, if I want to be wealthy, I better start doing what wealthy people do. And one of the things that wealthy people do is read. They read and they soak up knowledge. And they use that knowledge and apply it to their life, which becomes wisdom. 15 minutes a day can keep broke away. All right, the truth is, where am I? Oh, on a second. I'm sorry. It is not that there aren't world-class performers who punch a time clock for a paycheck, but for the most, this is the slowest path to prosperity, promoted as the safest. And we all know, hopefully you know, that there's no real such thing as job security, right? I hope you understand that, right? Like, especially I'm in Georgia, like here's a funny thing. They can fire you just like that, but they want you to give them a 2-week notice. What kind of sense? How is that fair? I gotta look out for you, but when my livelihood is on the line, you want to let me go, you just let me go just like that. I said, not me. Maybe you, but not me. The truth is, having a job is no safer than owning a business. As counterintuitive as this may seem, people who work for themselves have the power to proactively seek out business and increase revenues at will. Think about that. You can go out and you can find a customer today if you own your business. You can go out and you can promote wherever you want to promote or wherever they allow you to promote. and get more customers and increase your revenues today. You don't have to wait on whatever's, I don't know. You don't have to wait. Like you have to wait on a raise to increase your pay. You have to wait on a bonus to increase your pay. You have to wait on some incentive to come to increase your pay when you have a job. And there's nothing wrong with a job. Yeah, it make you a living. That's fine. But I'm saying I want to get to a point where I'm helping you to work on making your fortune. And I think making a fortune is super fun. They can work as many or few hours as they wish and change the direction of the company anytime they choose. That's what I think is freedom. Freedom is the power, is having options, which is the power to choose. That's what freedom is for me. Having options, the power to choose. They're not subject to the whims of management or the politics of corporate culture. The self-employed are the architects of their own destiny. But while the middle class is attracted to jobs for safety, the world class knows the only safety of any service or product provider has lies in her ability to perform. The only safety of an entrepreneur, the only safety of a business owner, we understand it is in the service or product the provider has lies in their ability to perform. What's your ability to perform? And if you have a job right now, ask yourself, are you outperforming your job? Not even outperforming your job. Are you outperforming your pay grade? Think about that for a second. You could probably be the superstar of the company, but it may not be getting the attention nor the salary that you deserve, and you're outperforming your wage. If you can outperform your wage on the job, and again, there's nothing wrong with having a job, then just imagine if you took that to with your own ideas and you had services and products that you could offer. Maybe you get into some type of contracting or consulting or whatever because you're just that dang on good. And now you're getting paid based off your performance, not based off of some job description. I want you to really understand this because this is what's happening. People are getting paid for a job description. But many of us are so multi-talented that we outperform the job description. And guess what? Your pay doesn't increase because of that. It may over time, you may get the 2% raise or the 3% raise, which is nothing. At the grand scheme of things, it takes you a year to get that. Or you can say, you know what? I'm going to bet on myself. Everybody put in the comments below, bet on myself. This is what a lot of people just won't do. They won't bet on themselves. They won't bet on their dreams. They won't put the stakes on their very own ability to generate wealth. And I believe that you got greatness in you that's just waiting to be exposed, and the world is waiting to pay you for the value that you bring into their life. Now we understand in order to do that, it's two things. Solve more problems, serve more people. If you enrich the lives of others, inherently your life will be enriched as well. Bet on yourself. Woo! Woo! All right. Woo! No matter who signs your paycheck, your financial success will always be based on the level of service you provide and how many people you provide it for. Just talked about that. The great ones know there's no such thing as safety in a free market economy. Labor unions, human resources departments, and lawsuits initiated by poor performing employees are becoming less effective in an increasingly competitive, performance-driven marketplace. This is where world-class performers seize the opportunity to get rich, while the middle class makes a mediocre effort and hides behind the perceived protection of the corporate structure. There are people with jobs who get rich, but the percentage is small. The fastest way to wealth is to work for yourself and determine the size of your own paycheck. The fastest way to wealth is to work for yourself and determine the size of your own paycheck. How many of you guys are determining the size of your own paycheck? This is what we call taking control of your finances. Now, I'm not pushing you to go start your own business. I would advise it because I believe that you got a talent, a skill, or ability, and then you got a product or service that you can create that's going to bring value to the marketplace. It may take a little time. I'm not saying go quit your job today, but what I am saying is ask yourself, do you determine the size of your own paycheck? Now imagine what a budget looks like when you're determining the size of your own paycheck instead of just getting the same amount each and every 2 weeks. You get the same amount each and every 2 weeks. That's easy to budget. And you probably, you're thankful. You're God, Lord bless me. You gave me a job. But here's another thing that the Lord gave you. He gave you ideas. He gave you ability. Yes, the Lord blessed you with a job for right now, but he also has given you ideas. And my question is, what are you doing with those? Something to think about. It's the ideas that's going to allow you to determine your own paycheck. The greatest form of security is to have millions in the bank. The rich take advantage of this while the masses wait on the sidelines, terrified to get in the game for fear they will lose the little money they have. Meanwhile, the world class is earning more in a year than the average person will make in a lifetime. And the heart of the reason is the unwillingness to let go of a security that does not even actually exist. How many people do you know who are unwilling to let go of this false sense of security? It's a false sense of security because it really isn't security at all. There are more free people in business ownership than they are on the job. They're free to do. They're free. I mean, let me tell you some things that happened when I walked away from my job. I got my voice back. I really now understand what freedom of speech is. When I go into some of these corporate structures or some of these meetings with all these big wigs, they can't shut my mouth up now. I don't represent a company where I got to sit back and be lame and retarded because now I've worked for myself. So I don't have to worry about getting fired when I go back to the job because I said something out of order in these, I don't know, these stuffy meetings that they have. I just speak my mind. Hey, here's what it is. And they got to respect me for it. Or just don't invite me back, whatever the case may be. But I've got my voice back. I got my freedom back. And this is true freedom. I can say what I want, do what I want, when I want to do it. Now, I don't always just go off the cuff. I'm not saying I'd be stupid about it, but I'm just saying that now I can freely express my thoughts without having to worry about some repercussions coming from some corporation who thinks that not only are they your manager, but they think that they're your daddy. They think that they're your mommy. They think they really can control you as a person. And really all they're supposed to be doing is just managing the business that they're in. I just couldn't imagine. I was like, man, you telling me when I can go to lunch, when I can go to break, you telling me when I can talk on my phone, you telling me when you know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with getting the job done. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The job was already done. Take control of your own life. Here's your quote of the day. Witty inventions. That's right, Don. Donna? Is it Donna? I don't know. I forgot. I don't know why I can't say your name right. Witty inventions. Yeah. So you got some inventions in you? Dion, you got some inventions in you? All right. So here's the quote of the day. Too many people are thinking of security instead of Ooh. Oh my goodness. I didn't read this part first. I'm sorry. It's just all right. Too many people are thinking of security instead of opportunity. Oh my goodness. They seem more afraid of life than of death. Oh my goodness. This is by James Burns. Let me repeat that again. I want to sit on this for a minute. Too many people are thinking of security instead of opportunity. They seem more afraid of life than of death. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I broadcast this today because this is some people need to see this episode. Day 31. I gotta remember that. Day 31. All right. Here's your critical thinking question of the day. Now, this is why I love this book. Because it gives you a quote of the day, gives you a critical thinking question of the day, gives you an action step of the day. 15 minutes a day, man. 15 minutes a day. Now you got to tell me, cool dude, is this changing your life? 15 minutes? Is it changing your life? Dion, is 15 minutes? Is it changing your life? People don't believe me. 15 minutes a day to keep broke away. Critical thinking question of the day. Are you trading your opportunity to get rich for a false sense of security? Are you trading your opportunity to get rich for a false sense of security? This is something to think about, guys. It's something that you really, you mull over throughout the day. You know what? Am I? And it may not be you. I mean, whoever, I don't know who's going to watch this at some point in time, but guys, ask yourself, am I trading the opportunity to get rich for this false sense of security? Knowing that just as risky as it is to own a business, it's risky to have a job because you can be fired tomorrow or fired today. And you're not taking control of your own performance that you can bring to this world. Now, here's your action step of the day. Something for you to do. Do a personal and professional risk assessment on your finances and career. You may discover that starting a business is less risky than you think. Do a personal and professional risk assessment on your finances and career. You may discover that starting a business is less risky than you think. Now, That seems like that's a service that I need to bring to the world: personal and professional risk assessment. In case you guys don't know, I do some risk assessment for investing for people that are looking to finish retirement. It's called Retirement Review. But now I can add in a personal and professional risk assessment. So this book just gave me an idea to start another service. See, 15 minutes a day. I just got another idea on deck. Steve, here's the deal, guys. We just went through how rich people think by Steve Sideball. Steve, you know I'm coming for my check. And here's the deal, man. We're going through this each and every day, man. 100 days. We're day number 31. I mean, we got 69 more days to go. You got 69 more days of seeing me and us talking about how rich people think. And hopefully, man, you're taking the time to take this 15 minutes a day to change the way that you think so you can change your results. Wealth begins in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. Well, here's the deal, guys. I'm ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. I'll be here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And the question is, will you?